Come to work on time, using professional products and better quality hair. When you're doing these weaving services, by this being reusable, it is important to use hair. And Milky Way's hair, what I love about it, the hair is smooth, it is tangle-free. So now that I use this, what type of curly hair am I using? Romance curly. I can assure myself that when she comes back in and I have to take it off, and this, by the way, is about 3 months. You can get about 3 months out of this before you have to take it off. And when I say 3 months, that means bi-weekly shampooing. Not every week, because for the sweaters, you know, every week you're not going to be able to get that long out of it. But once I do that, you see I have it as nice and secure. Now I'm going to go around and I'm going to just cut. And now this I want to cut with just a slight free edge, just a little bit hanging over. Can you see that? Just a little bit. So it's almost dead on, but I want a little bit of give. And then we're going to get ready to stitch the perimeter of our mold. So once I go around, the first thing I do is I check it on the other side. Yes? Can you all see that? Yes? You're going to end up with this on your form. At this point, you can take this off. This is going to be your pattern. All right? Now, the beauty of this particular situation is that I didn't have to really be so concerned about the front, the back, and the side, but what you would generally do is if you have use safety pins. That's, write this down. That's one additional thing you can use. And what we do is we paint our safety pins. All the red ones mean front, all the black ones mean back, and we do yellow and blue. So what I would have done, but this is actually a perfect circumference. It's the same on all sides, so it didn't matter about me keeping up with the front, the back, and the side. But I wanted you all to know that you would pin the front, whatever you want to coat it with, your red pin, your back would represent black, your side would represent yellow, and maybe blue for your right or left. So you would have to know your coding system, but once you take this off of the form, you don't know what's right, back, front, side, so you need to make sure you do that. All right? Once I do that, then I go back in and I've already secured this edge for you because I wanted you to be able to see. I'm going to come over to this side and I want to show you all how we're going to secure the edge. So we're going to do what we call an inline stitch. Now the reason we do this, and we do this first before we add hair, because how much of a margin did we actually exceed, or how much did we exceed beyond the margin? It was 1/4. So that 1/4 will become the area where we do our attachment. But we need to make sure that we secure this on the end so it doesn't do what? It doesn't what? Unravel, so it doesn't fray. So I already did one time around. I'm going to come in again, and we're going to take our first stitch, and we're going to go through in a circular pattern. And then I'm going to come in, make sure that my needle goes between the loop. This is just my first securing stitch. I just want to secure that. Now I'm going to do a different stitch pattern. This is an inline stitch pattern. Can you all see? I go through and I keep going. You all notice I'm not doing what we traditionally do, which is a spiral stitch where we go around this way. I'm going in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, all the way through. So I'm going to pull that through. Going to continue on through and finish up and create this bar. Now we're going to follow this same pattern all the way through, even with attaching the hair. All right? All the way around the second time. Now, once I do that, to conserve on time, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you on one that we've already pre-finished how to do the track, all right? Because it's going to be a lot of repetition, so you all can see that? Now, let me show you what you're going to end up with. See, this is like the cooking channel. You know how they do it? And now we have our streusel or whatever it is. All right. Can you all see that? Can we get a good shot of that? Can you all see that? You all see the thread patterns? They go all the way around. I go in and out. Now, we have a video that's going to teach you some alternative ways where if you want the hair to be able to stand, then you're going to do the spiral notebook effect. That's what we call it, around the track. That means you always are going to do your first 2 sections of hair towards the bottom or the margin where they're flat. So you're going to do in, out, in, out, in, out. But then once we go up higher, if you want the hair to be able to go in both directions, you're going to do what we call the spiral notebook effect. You're going to start your first one where you go around, creating a ladder stitch through the track. Then as you get up higher, you're going to go around the track without going through. That's going to allow the hair to flip back and forth. And you all see what's being created. It's a perfectly made unit that has the rim that we saw. Can you all see that bar? That gives you that 1/4 of an inch. Yes, can you all see it? All right, gives you that 1/4 of an inch so you have something to actually attach to. Now what I'm gonna do is we wanna go back through the center, and I'm gonna go in from the bottom and bring my needle up. Once I bring my needle up, I'm gonna actually, this is the spiral notebook effect, so you all will be able to see me do this. So I'm gonna go around until I get to the center so you all can see how we close up the center, and I come in and I go around the track. So that means I don't go through the track at all, I just go around it. This also will allow you to move a lot quicker. So I'm going to go around the track. I continue going around, making sure that my needle comes between the threads, and I'm continuing on around. All right, I do a lot of color in the salon, so I say that really jokingly because I have a lot of clients that come in and I don't know why they try to do their color at home. We're getting close to the center. Let me tell you what you all want to do. Instead of cutting your stitches, which is what I see a lot of people do, you want to get your next thread, and this is with all of your stitching techniques. It doesn't matter what it is. You want to get your next thread, you want to go in, and you want to go into the same area that you just came out of, and then you do the same pattern. You want to take your needle and go between your loops. Am I good? Am I good on time? Okay. Go between your loops, and then you take your other needle and you tie them. Tie both of them together. The less breaks you have, the better security you're going to have with that section coming up. So I'm going to cut them at the end. So once I do that, I'm going to come in. I'm going around now. Now this is where we start getting tricky. To make sure that our center doesn't start towering out, you want to do something a little bit different. So I go through. Now this is through the track, not around the track. I'm going to go through the track like so. And I go straight through. Now this is generally done like I'm doing it now. It's not on Brittany's head. I'm doing this to the side, either with a styrofoam head or a wig head, which is a canvas head. And then I come through the bottom and I pull it through. You see that? I don't go around like I normally would. Then I come back up in the center again. Once I come back up in the center, I find my section. And this is where I'm going to start pulling it or sucking it into the net. And then I come in again, and I go through. That's what makes this romance curly hair so great, because you can go through the track really, really easily. And then I pull it. Then I come in again. I go up right in the same area. And then these two sections, this is where I not actually tried to mess us up. What I'm going to do right here is I'm just going to tie that together. And Brittany, can you hand me the shears, hon? I'm just going to cut that excess hair off. Do me a favor, cut that right there. Thank you.